Hey, you joined me on episode number 3 of the De-addiction series. Let's begin. Now, in this particular episode, we're going to begin the first posture, understanding that all the postures are seemingly related because we're going to use one particular asana called Upavishtakonasana, or the wide angle seated forward bend, in different variations. This episode will focus on this Upavishtakonasana for a deep release in the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor, which is the pit in the base of your stomach and also the body's primary stress container. So let's begin by sitting against the wall in Dandasana, lengthened legs, enjoying the connection and support with the wall, and opening your legs wide to sit in this wide angle seated forward bend. We're going to only understand a few cues as you lengthen your spine, lift your chest, roll the shoulders back. It's very important to know what you're doing with your legs. Toes moving into the body. Keep your upper thighs pressing down. A deep connection of the legs with the earth. It's really important that you keep that alertness and awareness in the legs. As you keep your eyes closed and use this as a meditative posture, make sure your ribs are not jutting out and your stomach is really soft and moving closer into the spine. Let me tell you that losing connection to this web of muscles or this pelvic floor is a very normal phenomenon, also making your mind very dull and jumpy like a monkey. So leading to a weak willpower so many times and a reason for addictions, a good release could mean a steely resolve towards some excess that you can give up, which is making you both weaker physically and emotionally. As you align yourself, you're now ready to move into the next variation of Upavishtakonasana. Now, keep a chair placed against the wall. You're sitting with your legs lengthened. Open your legs nice and wide. You're going to now lift the chest up, widen your collarbones, and plant the edge of your rib cage or your upper back onto the rim or the edge of the seat so that it can support you and give you that nice beautiful lift in the entire chest. Hold the legs of the chair, move your shoulders back and down most importantly, and remember, we're once again using the chair to aid our memory or our muscle memory to keep a nice strong lifted chest and lengthened spine. The most important way to do that is keep an awareness and focus on your breath. So the beginner cue starting from your legs is to keep your upper thighs pressing down and your toes facing in. Keep the back of the knee pressing down towards the floor. You can adjust the skin of your thighs moving in to outwards so that you can sit up tall and not be hunching backwards. And as the chair helps you keep your body lifted up, enjoy a nice deep inhalation into the lungs, expanding it. And as you exhale, pull the navel in closer to the lower spine and soften your belly. We're going to be here for good 10 to 20 breath cycles, depending on the intensity that you wish to have. As you focus on this beautiful variation, remember that this could also be used for posture correction. So keep in mind how the chair is such an important prop and how we have used it with one particular asana in the entire episode. You're now ready to move in to the next posture. Let me begin with sharing how to set yourself up for this third variation. So the chair is against the wall. First, understand what we're doing with the belt. Very simple. There's the belt. We're looping it once, Then we're looping it twice. And then we're lengthening and tightening it. Then press the chair back against the wall once again. And let's set the bolsters. So there's one bolster that's placed in a nice angle, and then the second one in the same angle. Also see, I've kept a nice set of props for my hip and a gentle height as well through 2 to 3 blankets. And a folded sticky mat. So use the height that you need. Keep your legs alert in the wide seated angle. So you open your legs nice and wide. Once you're ready, keep the awareness from the first and second posture on the chest and the legs. So a nice beautiful arch in the chest is what you want. So lift nice and tall and then arch back, hold on to the belt. Help yourself stay on the spine of the bolsters, keeping a nice big arch in the chest and a big beautiful opening as well. Once again, the props are going to aid you have a better opening in the chest, a better sense of posture correction in the upper back, and an understanding that the breath will have to soften your belly each time you exhale. That traction with the belt is going to help you stay up. So hold on to it, but not very tight. Keep the collarbones nice and wide. Keep yourself nice and lifted. Imagine as though the breath is rushing into your lungs, expanding it to its fullest. So enjoy that beautiful opening and definitely try this posture if you feel that your upper back or neck and shoulders is feeling very tight. But do give it that nice warm up with the first and second posture in this episode. Don't try and attempt this posture as a beginner straight away. As you understand all the cues in the wide angle seated forward fold, try and be here for a good minute. You can now move into the fourth and the final variation. So in the last posture, we're going to begin by facing the chair, opening our legs nice and wide, keeping our chest lifted and our legs active. We're going to now move the edge or the rim of the seat of the chair into the chest slightly so it can give it that support to keep it lifted. So once again, the same action has been repeated in all the postures. So understand that the breastbone or the chest bone has to feel nice and lifted for you to remember that the minute it starts sagging in life, that is when you are aging. So keep that action constantly of understanding that the chest has to be nice and lifted and the collarbones nice and wide. You roll your shoulders back once again. Keep that lift and hold the posture, counting about 10 to 15 breath cycles. You can close your eyes, but do remember you tend to loosen the legs. So keep the active awareness in your legs constantly, pressing your upper thighs down. And once you feel there's a little bit of fatigue setting in, you could simply move the chair away from the body slightly. You could even place a nice sticky mat or a blanket on that chair so that it gives you a nice softness and a padding for you to rest your forehead on it, relaxing the entire body this time. You could also lose the awareness on having active legs for the last and final variation of this. Just loosen the entire body. Allow the prop to be your support, to leave your weight onto it. Understand that you have connected to your pelvic floor and released those tight muscles, helping some more clarity in your mind. But always remember, never finish from here. I would suggest you either put your legs up on that chair or completely lie down in Shavasana and keep 1 or 2 bolsters under your knees to relax. Give yourself another 5 to 7 minutes of deep relaxation before you move out of this episode. thank you so much for joining in and taking care of yourselves. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next one. For regular video updates, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel and of course press the bell icon. You could also follow me on my Instagram and Facebook handles. And do remember, this is real yoga for real people.